This actually happened to me. I was doing materials development, and this is the customer's purchasing guy. This is a mid-level supply chain customer that has customers below him. My job is to develop and sell materials that meet the specification as profitably as possible. And his job is to buy materials that meet the spec as cheaply as possible. So he says, I need a formulation that enables time travel for $2 a pound. So I did a lot of experiments and ended up with two formulations. Formulation 1 goes forward in time for $2 a pound. Formulation 2 goes forward and backward in time for $2.05 a pound. So I go back to him and say, that's as close as I can get. I can't violate the space-time continuum for under $2.05. And he says, too bad, your competitor says no problem. P.S. It's entirely possible that the purchasing guy told me a lie to get a better deal. So I get a sample of the competitive material, find out that it's the same materials and processes as mine, but his won't enable time travel either. So I go back to the purchasing guy and tell him this, and he says, I don't care. The other guy's stuff works fine for us right now. So the competitive material doesn't meet the spec, and I can't meet the spec for the asked for price. So who in all this didn't do their job? Well, in the eyes of my boss, I didn't do my job. I wasn't able to violate the laws of space-time for under $2.05 a pound. In the eyes of the purchasing guy's boss, he did his job. He kept out the riffraff. But the purchasing guy did not actually do his job. The material he was buying didn't meet the spec either. So who's the real loser? This guy, the downstream customer. He's getting junk from a supplier, and he may or may not be aware of this. So here I am again, and I have options. The first one is to walk away. But if I do this too often, I'll get fired. The second one is agree to the lower price at first and then try to make it cheaper by improving efficiency. This is risky because I'm losing money. The third one is to lie. I agree to the lower price but substitute the cheaper stuff without telling them. And this happens a lot in every industry, especially automotive. The more attractive option is to lie. It's the least amount of work and the less risky because you don't lose money. The result of all this? Downstream customers get junk and people don't do their jobs.